IELTS Speaking Part 2 Topic. Describe a time when you had to wait for something or someone. What were you waiting for? How long did you wait? How did you pass the time? How did you feel during the waiting period?
Waiting is an inevitable part of life, and we often find ourselves in situations where patience becomes our only option. One such instance occurred when I had to wait for the arrival of a close friend at the airport. The experience was both challenging and memorable, as I had to wait for an extended period of time. Allow me to elaborate on this event and the various emotions and activities that accompanied it. The reason behind my prolonged wait was my friend's delayed flight. She was flying in from a different country, and unfortunately, her flight was delayed due to unforeseen circumstances. Consequently, I found myself sitting anxiously in the airport lounge, eagerly awaiting her arrival. I waited for a staggering 4 hours, which felt like an eternity at the time. To pass the time, I decided to engage in various activities to distract myself from the prolonged wait. Firstly, I brought along a captivating novel that I had been meaning to read. The intriguing storyline quickly absorbed my attention, transporting me to a different world altogether. The words on the pages seemed to come alive, making the wait more bearable. Additionally, I took advantage of the airport's Wi-Fi connection to catch up on some pending work. I replied to important emails and completed a few pending tasks, making good use of the available time. These activities not only helped me pass the time but also made me feel productive despite the circumstances. Throughout the waiting period, my emotions fluctuated between excitement and restlessness. Initially, I felt a surge of excitement and anticipation as I eagerly awaited my friend's arrival. I imagined the joyous reunion we would have after being apart for so long. However, as time passed and the delay extended, my excitement began to wane, replaced by a sense of restlessness and impatience. I constantly checked the flight updates, hoping for a positive change. Nevertheless, I reminded myself to remain calm and composed, knowing that the situation was beyond my control. Moreover, during this waiting period, I realized the value of patience and the importance of adaptability in unforeseen circumstances. The experience taught me that life does not always go according to plan and that delays and setbacks are inevitable. It also reinforced the notion that the ability to cope with such situations with patience and resilience is crucial for maintaining mental well-being. In conclusion, the time I had to wait for my friend's delayed arrival at the airport was a challenging yet enlightening experience. I passed the time by immersing myself in a captivating novel and attending to pending work tasks. Emotionally, my excitement turned into restlessness as the delay prolonged. However, this waiting period taught me the significance of patience and adaptability in the face of unexpected circumstances.
IELTS Speaking Part 2 Topic. Describe an experience when you had to wait for something or someone. What were you waiting for and when did it happen? Where were you during this waiting period? How long did you have to wait? How did you pass the time while waiting?
One of the most exasperating experiences of my life occurred when I found myself in the throes of an interminable wait at an airport. This ordeal transpired a few years ago when I was scheduled to embark on an international adventure to explore the enchanting landscapes of New Zealand. The waiting game commenced at the bustling international terminal of my local airport. I was eagerly anticipating my long-awaited flight, scheduled for departure at the ungodly hour of 3 a.m. A bitter chill permeated the air as I navigated the labyrinthine queues of weary travelers, each of us a mere pawn in the grand chessboard of aviation. As I settled into the nondescript plastic chairs of the departure lounge, the clock on the wall seemed to taunt me with its languid ticking. I cast my gaze around the stark surroundings, a cacophony of muted conversations and the occasional overhead announcement serving as the dissonant soundtrack to my impatience. Hours stretched into eternity, and the minutes morphed into indistinguishable blurs. My patience, usually as resilient as a fortress, began to wane as the delay extended beyond mere inconvenience into the realm of the surreal. The airline, it seemed, had embarked on a mysterious quest to test our endurance. In an effort to stave off the encroaching tedium, I sought solace in the world of literature. I delved into a voluminous tome, my refuge from the relentless march of time. Every word became a lifeline, every page a sanctuary where minutes melted away like snowflakes in the sun. I also engaged in sporadic conversations with fellow travelers, forging fleeting connections born of shared frustration. We swapped travel tales, exchanged tips on surviving long-haul flights, and even shared a hearty laugh or two, momentarily alleviating the monotony of our confinement. The wait finally culminated after an agonizing 9-hour delay, as we were herded onto the plane like weary cattle. Despite the hardships of the ordeal, a sense of camaraderie had blossomed among the passengers, and our collective sigh of relief upon takeoff echoed through the cabin. In retrospect, this interminable wait at the airport was a test of patience and resilience that pushed me to my limits. It was a crucible of endurance, where I learned the value of adaptability and the power of human connection in the face of adversity. In conclusion, this experience was a testament to the old adage that patience is a virtue. While the wait was excruciating, it taught me that even in the most trying circumstances, we can find ways to pass the time, forge connections, and emerge from the ordeal stronger and more resilient. As I finally set off on my New Zealand adventure, I carried with me the lessons learned during those long hours of waiting, ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead with fortitude and grace.
IELTS Speaking Part 2 topic. Describe a time when you had to be patient. What was the situation that required patience? How did you manage to remain patient? What were the challenges or difficulties you faced? How did you feel once you successfully demonstrated patience?
In the labyrinth of life, I once found myself plunged into a situation that demanded the utmost fortitude and stoicism. The circumstance that required such unwavering patience unfolded during a transcontinental flight delay, a tribulation that tested the limits of my composure. It was a balmy evening when I embarked on a journey that promised to be both exhilarating and culturally enriching. Little did I anticipate that the gods of travel had other plans for me. Midway through the flight, an unforeseen mechanical glitch forced our aircraft into an unscheduled layover, transforming the once seamless voyage into an agonizing exercise in patience. Managing to remain patient amid the sea of disgruntled passengers presented a formidable challenge. The airport terminal, a microcosm of chaos, echoed with a cacophony of grievances. The desolation on the faces of fellow travelers mirrored my own internal turmoil. As the minutes stretched into hours, the initial anticipation of exploring new horizons evolved into a mire of frustration and disillusionment. In the face of adversity, I summoned the strength to cultivate a serene mindset. Recognizing the futility of raging against the unyielding gears of fate, I decided to turn the delay into an opportunity for personal growth. Engaging in mindfulness exercises, I focused on the rhythm of my breath to dissipate the mounting tension. This mental acrobatics of maintaining equilibrium in the midst of turmoil became my modus operandi. The challenges encountered were not merely temporal but extended to the emotional realm. The incessant uncertainty fueled by sporadic updates from the airline tested my emotional resilience. Patience, in this context, emerged as not just a virtue but a survival tool, shielding me from the corrosive effects of frustration and despair. Upon successfully navigating the tumultuous waters of the delay, a profound sense of accomplishment enveloped me. The stoic perseverance exercised during those trying hours had not only preserved my sanity but also unveiled a reservoir of inner strength previously untapped. The ordeal transformed from an inconvenience into a transformative experience, reshaping my outlook on unforeseen challenges. In conclusion, the episode of enduring a protracted flight delay taught me that patience is not merely a passive endurance of adversities but an active, empowering choice. The idyllic destination that awaited me seemed even more enchanting after overcoming the tribulations. This experience, an odyssey through the abyss of patience, reinforced the notion that, in the face of life's capricious nature, patience is not just a virtue but a beacon guiding us through the tempest. Hope you liked our video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to keep us motivated.